Don't look, I'm poodling. You didn't see anything. I may or may not have been poodling. Hi, Ice Wolf. I finally figured out how to arrange my microphone so it's not super loud like last time. Good to see you too. So, how's quarantine treating everybody? I've been trying so hard to keep busy. Before, I was making a ton of YouTube videos, but now I've mostly been working on commissions for people on Telegram and Twitter. Mostly those two. That's pretty much it, though. Hi, Arwen. Just gotta keep the mind busy. Just bored, yeah. I've watched Beastars at least twice. I binge watched most of the Twilight Saga Sunday, and was it yesterday? I can't remember. We're up to Breaking Dawn Part 2. We still have to watch that one. That's how bored we've all been. We've been watching Twilight. So, yeah. Let me just see the chat. Hi, Vesper. I was just talking about our Twilight binge watch the last couple days. We need to watch Breaking Dawn Part 2 still. I said that I've mostly just been doing commissions and keeping myself busy. Twihards forever. It has been so fun. Seriously. Like, I never thought watching Twilight would be that fun. When you watch it with friends and you're all, like, really tired, it's the best. Yeah, I really haven't been doing anything else. I have been outside a few times. Like, I've gone to the store and the post office with my mom. I keep telling her, though, like, why do you always make me go? And she's just like, you have the least amount of health conditions. I'm like, okay. Watching Twilight past my bedtime. Yeah. You a rebel. You staying up. Hello. Hi, Kylie, a.k.a. Ramsey. Everybody say hi to Ramsey. She's been in a couple of my recent videos, and she's awesome. And so is Vesper. Everybody say hi to Vesper. Ramsey, we were talking about Twilight, our Twilight binge. I'm wanting to do a video with my fursuit maker coming up here soon. We're going to be talking about something similar to what today's podcast was about. Like creepy things that have happened to us in the fandom, like meeting creepy people. If you haven't seen today's podcast with Joemi, I highly recommend it. We delve into something a little bit darker and creepier. But seriously though, in all seriousness, like the stories that we talk about in that video are really sad and just, I don't know, I feel like the dark side of the fandom really isn't discussed as often as it should be. And I don't mean discussed in like a way that's like drama. I mean a way that's like serious. Like, what are we doing to help the situation? I watched it as soon as you posted. Thank you. I was very proud of that video because I spent like literally like 5 hours editing it. So, but yeah, so I find it very interesting. I'm very interested in like true crime and like crime stories and stuff. So to know that like stuff like that has happened in the furry fandom, like, I mean, it just shows you that there's crazy people everywhere, but also, you know, like I said before, what are we doing to help the situation? Just going to bed. I'm so glad. I missed it. Come back. So glad. Live posts. Okay, good night. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, like whatever we can do to kind of like prevent that from happening, whether it's like banning people from cons or just like police reporting, being on top of that kind of stuff, I think is very important. I watched the podcast too. The message keeps fading before I can read it. It's really scary to know people do that, but I'm thankful there's so many good things. Oh yeah, that video was not meant to be like a paint furries in a negative light kind of way at all. It was more just like we need to be aware of that, like how serious it can get at times. Not to like further the stigma of furries at all. I mean, I'm a furry, like why do I want to further stigmatize myself, you know? It's more just like being helpful and aware. What did that say? What ack do you have? I can't read that. I'm sorry. It's really hard to read it. What do you have, a full suit or just a head? I used to have a full suit. There's pictures, actually. Maybe not. I think I got rid of most of the pictures, but there's an old video of me suiting up in my full suit, but I got rid of the body portion because I got really overheated, and that was dangerous for my health. So I don't have the full body anymore. I just have the paws, the head, the donut, a dorsal fin, and a tail and paws. So, my face itches. I'm glad you made the podcast. I like listening to stories, even if they're on the darker side. That's really my motivation for making that video. I wanted to go a little bit darker because Kappa, if you guys have heard about Kappa and like the kid-friendly thing that they're doing with YouTube, I want to make more like content for people that are older, not necessarily like NSFW stuff, but just like more controversial topics, or more adult topics, I guess. Like I did the baby furs video to kind of kickstart that off of me talking about more touchy subjects that make people uncomfortable sometimes. That's super cool. Overheating. Yeah, I get overheated really easily. Kappa. Yeah, like I felt before the videos I was making were kind of on the edge. They were kind of crossing over into like made for kids. Like the Halloween video that I made where I showed like our trick-or-treaters and stuff. I was really worried that video would get flagged as for kids because it has kids in it. And it's like very upbeat and colorful. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? I don't want them to think that my channel's for kids because it's not. I talk about horror movies. I talk about tattoos. I talk about moving. I talk about job stuff. Like, I talk about controversial stuff sometimes, and I don't want to be mistaken for a kids channel at all. Wanting to start make more adult content on my animation channel. Yeah, it's really just like I'm loosening the censors on myself a little bit, because I feel like when I first started doing furry stuff, I want it to be family friendly, but at the same time, I don't want people to think that it's for kids, which is hard to do when you wear a furry animal costume, that it's not for kids. But I've never considered my channel explicitly for kids. It's always just been who's ever is watching, I guess. How have you guys been during the quarantine? I know I asked that earlier, but I really haven't been doing anything but commissions lately. Just trying to keep busy. And about my job, I didn't technically start my job. I did, but I didn't. Like, I'm employed with them, but like I can't go to work, and they haven't given me anything to do at home, so I'm kind of like in limbo still. Not much difference with quarantine. Still gotta go to work. Oh man, been bored trying to write, going a little bit crazy. Yeah. Yep. I'm wanting to do more streams for you guys. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I had a stream. Honestly, it's not even been an issue with like my parents being here or anything. It's mostly like I was busy like all day with commissions, because I'll be honest, I've been staying up late, and I'm not waking up until like noon, and then I work on commissions from like noon to nighttime pretty much, and by that time I'm so exhausted I don't even want to do a stream. So Animal Crossing and anime time, binge watching. Yeah, I finally watched My Hero Academia. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not like super into it, but I thought it was a good show. I like Deku. He's really funny. What else? I can't go as long tonight because my phone is dying, and I can't have the mic and charge my phone at the same time because it uses the same outlet. Do you agree that Todoroki is the best? I didn't make it that far. I only watched most of season 1. I didn't get to season 2 yet. My trial expired. My stomach kind of hurts. I've been eating all kinds of weird stuff lately, though. And not just because I'm a shark, but because we've been trying to get creative with dinner. And I think it's taking a toll on my stomach. Because we've just been, like, making random stuff with what we have in the cabinet. I'm just like, oh. I've been eating some delivery. I did get like tacos and pizza last week, but yeah. We're basically just gonna stream until my phone dies, I think. Or If you guys don't mind, I could take the mic out and plug my charger in, and I can go longer, but my audio won't be as clear. So it's up to you. Do you want me to plug the charger in so we can talk longer, or do you want me to leave the clear, crisp audio microphone in? I'll have to start yelling, basically. Sure what? This or this? Yes. What does that mean? The first one. So, you want me to plug my charger in? Okay, I'll plug the charger in then. Goodbye, microphone. I guess I could just leave that in. I didn't realize my phone battery was so low because I was using it for other things. And it, hold on just a second. I think it's plugged in. Hopefully. I didn't feel it vibrate. I think I have it on the charger though, so my charger's been janky lately. Can you hear me still? Or do I need to yell? I think it's been forever since I've not had this microphone. So I can't remember. I do have the fan on. I could turn that off. Okay. Alright. I do need to make sure this is charging though. Bear with me. You don't need to yell. Well, I mean, like, I know this sounds like my normal voice, but I actually am yelling because all of the padding and stuff. Hold on just a second. Okay. It is charging. I can confirm. We're good. I just had to check and see if it was charging, but yeah. I want to go to a fur meet, but I can't. I'm so frustrated. I miss going to fur meets and cons. GFM was canceled. I'm sorry to bring that up, but GFM was canceled, and what else? God, same. I want a fursuit. Same. Like, it's been hot as balls outside, so I can't just, like, walk outside in fursuit. But, like, I want to go do things in fursuit, and I can't. It sucks. Last time you had a stream, I was planning for GFM. Why do you have to bring that up, Vesper? It's so sad. It's so sad. Because I'm sad. You want everyone else to suffer with you. Hold on. I gotta read the little paragraph up here. I'm scared to fursuit. First, because of heat. Second, I don't know mask laws in my area. And I think there's a group of 6th graders in my neighborhood that would probably beat me up. I mean, that third one's a valid reason. But if you're worried about the heat, I do recommend getting one of those like portable fans. I have one, Vesper has one. I think most of the people in our group have one too. Um, and what was the second thing? If you don't think you can handle a full suit because that is hotter, like temperature, than a partial, I don't recommend getting a full suit. Oh, mask laws. Actually, I kind of made a video on the whole mask law thing, sort of. Um, it was called, like, how to set up your own fur meat. And basically, you should never go anywhere in public with a fursuit on if you don't have permission to do so. I've said this many times, and I think it's very important because I see people doing it all the time. Don't go to like Walmart or like, the store or the mall in fursuit because you're gonna get talked to by security. Like, regardless of mask laws, you're gonna freak people out, and I don't recommend that you do that. Yeah, definitely call ahead, make sure it's okay. Because, like, if you have permission, then you don't necessarily have to worry about the mask laws as much because they won't call the cops on you. Um, but anytime, like, even if you have permission, anytime you walk into the building, you should come in without a suit on and then put it on after you're inside. That way, if they have like security cameras, they can validate who you are, like as you're walking into the building before you put the suit on. Because otherwise, they don't know who you are. And it can be dangerous. They could call the cops on you, you know. We were asked to do that when we first suited at Target, actually. Like, they asked us to come in with the suit head off first. But even then, I don't recommend fursuiting at grocery stores or, like, stores of any kind, really, because usually somebody's going to complain about it and then you're going to get kicked out. That's just been my experience. I wouldn't... I couldn't even wear a onesie into Walmart. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how people do that either. Yeah, don't go alone either. That's a wise idea. Because, you know, it looks better if you if you have somebody with you. Like, it could be risky if you don't. And I would say that to anybody. Like, if you're thinking about just showing up in suit, don't do it. It's dumb. Get permission first. If you're like in your yard or something, that's different, but yeah. I'm holding my mouth open so I can enunciate more clearly. Fursuiting at Cliff was interesting. Yeah, that's a bit different though, because that's like a park, like a national park, right? Or like something similar to that. I mean, I think most of the fur meets that I've been to at the park, I don't think they had to ask for permission. I think they all congregated in one area and it wasn't a problem. I never did get the chance to suit at our Park Bark meetup, unfortunately. Because the first time I went back in January, I didn't wear a suit. And then the next time that I was going to, I was sick. And then the time after that, the quarantine stuff was up. And I didn't want to go, hang out with like 40 people if there was, virus risk. Oh, my stomach hurts so bad right now. Suiting is not funny. What? Kind of funny to me because literally nobody saw me. That is funny. I did a podcast on fursuiting at Target. That was interesting. I feel like they kicked us out and lied to us. Like, they said that they were getting complaints from people, but I don't really think that was the case. I think they just lied to get us out. Where's the first place you recommend suiting, if anywhere? That's a good question. Honestly, just don't go to Walmart. Don't. Maybe like a park, like a public park, or a con, or a fur meet, like a local fur meet would be fine. Your podcast on Walmart. I didn't go to Walmart. We went to Target. I've never fursuited at Walmart. I don't think I would even want to attempt it, honestly, because Walmart is a whole nother can of worms that I prefer not to get into. Target was bad enough, like, not to mention, like, the store, like, the floors and stuff are disgusting. So if you have a white suit, or, have white on your suit, like me, it gets dirty, like, really quickly. I'm not going anywhere. True, but, I mean, when you do, I would say, like, at a public park, or a local fur meet, if you can find one, or a con. I don't recommend going anywhere else. Maybe a bowling alley if you had permission. You should definitely ask permission first, though. If you don't know how to find local meets, there's a lot of groups on Facebook, Telegram, Fur Affinity. Where else? Mostly those. I'm trying to think. Most of the ones that I've found are on Facebook. Like, you ask to join the Facebook group, and then they add you to the Telegram group, which is more active than the Facebook one, but it kind of gets your foot in the door, But I find that's the best way to find local meets. I made an entire video about, like, setting up your own fur meet, like, if you don't have any local meets. I believe there's furries everywhere. You just have to give them the opportunity to come out and hang out with people. A lot of good stuff in that video. A lot of it was from my personal experience because I've hosted local meets in the past, and I've just learned a lot of things from doing that, so I hope that helps. I think another thing that's been on my mind too, just about the recent podcast and stuff, is I don't like to make videos where I'm basically causing drama and digging up dirt on people. I don't like to make those kinds of videos. I know a lot of YouTubers do that, and I don't like that in the community. That video was more just like to bring more awareness to what was going on, and like to encourage people to help and do what they can. And I like crime related stuff, so I wanted to make a more like adult dark video that's different than my other stuff. I've kind of, with my videos lately, I've kind of progressively like getting darker with each video, because I quote unquote darker. Like I did the baby furs video, which I know like a lot of people in the furry fandom, they find that like weird, or it makes them uncomfortable. There are things about baby furs that are make me uncomfortable, but like I don't think they deserve the amount of hate that they do, which is why I made that video. And then just, with the Kuro case and all that stuff, it was more just for something different and an interesting video. So nobody's commenting anymore. Quick little shameless shout out. If you guys haven't followed my boyfriend on social media yet, please do. He was in the podcast for today, and we do the podcast together. Occasionally, I do the podcast with Ramsey, just if he's not available, but most of it is me and him talking about furry related topics and non-furry related topics that interest us. And he's currently working on a book series, like he's a writer, and he's trying to build more of like an interest and an audience slash following, I guess, in his book series. It's basically, it's furry based. His book series is furry based. It's like a dystopian, apocalyptic, furry series, universe thing, where he's got like humanoid characters, and they're all like alien on a different planet and stuff. And he's got furry characters as well. So if you want to give him a follow, I think you can find his links on the podcast from today. If you saw that, I added it in there. You should check out the writing community on Twitter. Vesper, can you send me a link to the writing community you're referring to? Because I I am on Twitter, but I don't get on there as much as like Instagram and stuff. So like, if you could send me a link, that would be helpful. I can pass it along to him. He's always looking for like new ways to find other writers and stuff. So thank you. Oh boy. Twitter has been a hot mess lately. I mean, it's a hot mess all the time. But I've been seeing so many crazy things on there lately. Like about people like in the fandom and stuff. Like like the cases that I discussed in the podcast for today. But there were a few others, like minor, well, not minor, but like I ran out of time to talk about all of them, but there were a few others that I was just like, what? Like, that is crazy. You wouldn't think some of those people, like, I've followed some of those people online, and you'd never think. Been using Twitter a lot less lately. Yeah, I understand. I honestly, I used to check it every day. I don't anymore. I only get on there when I need to post something. Which, I mean, explain to me how I have like 230 followers and like no one except you, Vesper, like my posts. Not that I care. I feel like nobody's really seeing my stuff on there, so. But anyways, like they'll be like, oh, a new video up. I didn't know you posted a video. I was like, I always make a post on Twitter and on Instagram and Telegram and yeah. There's no excuse why you didn't know. You just weren't paying attention. They should smash that bell. Yes. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. And go follow Vesper, because she keeps me sane. Guilty of not checking things. Like I said, I used to get on there every day, but I don't anymore because it's not healthy mentally. Big brain energy. It's not helpful a lot of the time. It's just drama. But every once in a while, there are things on there that I'm like, oh, that would make an interesting video topic. Or, like, I wonder how people feel about this, you know? I don't have my squeaker anymore. The OG subscribers will remember the squeaker that I used to have. I used to not talk at cons at all. I used to just squeak. But now I just don't care anymore. Bah! We've been on for about 40 minutes. I'm honestly kind of getting overheated a little. I'll probably stay on for like another 20 minutes or so, and then I probably need to get off. But yeah, go check out today's podcast episode if you like crime stories and I guess furry drama. I don't know. I don't really think it's drama if it's like criminal stuff though. I am still open for commissions if anyone is interested in a badge. Um, I think like all the information is on my Instagram and my uh, Twitter. I think it's on my Twitter too. For fur in my mouth. But yeah, I think it's on my Twitter and I think it's on my Instagram. And maybe Facebook? Go commission a badge. It be worth it. Thank you, Arlen. I work hard on those. Did you enjoy your Swedish fish yet? Yes, I did. It's supposed to be a heart. Sorry. Um, I love them. They're so good. I love Swedish fish so much. Um, but no, right before you said that, I thought of something. Okay, so Ramsey and Vesper, you already know this because I told you guys earlier. Have you eaten the ancient Twilight candy yet? No, I haven't. I bid on 6 boxes of candy that were from when Twilight was released back in 2008, so they're literally like 12 years old. Um, I'm still waiting to win the auction, which I probably will, because who wants 6 boxes of old candy? But anyways, you guys keep distracting me. Okay, what I was gonna say is, this dude on Facebook today was like talking to me about my commission prices. I charge $15 for headshot badges that are usually like they're shaded, colored, lined, all that stuff. I charge $15. They used to be $10, but people kept telling me that I was undercharging, so I upped the price. And I feel like 15 is fair for what I have to do because it takes me like an hour to 2 hours to do it, to finish it. And he said $15, I could buy a video game with that. And I was like, what? Why don't you just go buy a video game then instead of leaving a weird comment? He basically thought I was overcharging. I'm like, that's not overcharging for what I have to do. You're paying for the art and the labor that it takes me to make it. Ridiculous. I mean, my art's not the best on the planet, but I feel like $15 is not that crazy. Kids these days. Yeah, I mean, I was more upset about it earlier, but I'm over it now. That was in the Furries of the World group on Facebook, which is why I don't even get on that group anymore. Like, they're not worth my time. Facebook in general isn't worth my time, let's be real. There's so many toxic people on there. But I'm over it. It's fine. I think I'm gonna have to get off soon, guys. My stomach is really hurting right now. I don't know why, but it's not good. I don't have coronavirus, by the way. I think I just ate some weird stuff, but yeah. I'm glad that you guys decided to come on here for a while. We could have a chat. I'll be streaming again later this week, probably. I'll make a community post about it, so be sure to look out for that. Okay, I'm gonna get off now. Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming on. I'll make a post about the next stream. Bye.